Hello, what is up, you guys? It's your girl Becky, and we are back here for another sort of sketching session. And I know it's kind of funny because I'm like literally here, and there's like this whole ocean view behind me. But the reality is, when I was looking for a place to sit that can look at the ocean, I mean, you can kind of see that the guardrails or these rails are quite high, and therefore it just kind of blocked my view. And so I just decided to turn around and look for something else that has like a interesting light interplay on it. And then I found this plant. So yes, I did go all the way to the harbor to sketch a plant. Could have done it elsewhere, but it's also really nice just to be in the harbor and just to soak in the views, because not everything has to be sketched. And the plein air experience, and I actually really just wrote a whole like 2,000 word piece on it, about how in the age of automation and generative AI like Dolly and Midjourney and all that, like why I choose to continue learning to plein air. And one of the reasons is because I just enjoy the experience of being outside, being out of the office, being out of the house, and just to go out and sketch. And this is part of it, getting this ocean breeze. Sure, I can sketch a plant from any other location, but will I get the ocean breeze? Probably not. And will I get to enjoy this beautiful Hong Kong skyline view right after? Also not. So here we are, sketching a plant by the ocean, and that's how we came to this. But that's not really what I wanted to talk about today. Although if you do want to read that piece, I will link that piece below, because it's a piece that I spent like a better part of a month working on, and I'm really proud of that piece because it just really underscores, I think, the importance of human craft. Why, at least for me, why I continue to learn human craft and to hone in on my crafts like writing and painting and photography when there's all these generative AI tools that are available. But anyway, yes, so that's besides the point. The point that I wanted to talk about today is actually kind of why I always focus on little things. And a friend made this comment the other day. Like she's correct, by the way. Like, this is not shading her in any way. That I always tend to paint tiny things instead of like a vast landscape. And it's correct. So even if I paint on an easel and like a bigger board, I think I just end up kind of just increasing the canvas size. This is very, I guess, artist Photoshop talk, but I just increase the canvas size, but I don't increase the image size. So what happens is I just draw more of the background in, and the kind of like the scale of the subject of my painting stays the same, and I end up like putting it in the middle, so there's no real composition around it. And I wonder if it's because I'm so used to sketching in these like tiny 3x5 sketchbooks, because I mean, you probably have seen it, like my whole channel is basically based on sketchings that are of this size, and it's just, I guess this is just what I'm used to sketching. So I guess that also translates bigger, and it's really hard for me to kind of upscale because I've just been so used to this, I guess, for the better part of the last 3 years. And I don't know if it's like a problem per se. Like, I would love to sketch bigger, but at the same time, just practically, this fits in the front pocket of my backpack, and therefore I'm more inclined to take out my sketchbook, because I do have a easel. I have two, actually. I have three now, actually. I have like 2 cup easels and one from my from a really good friend. Well, from Jared Cullum. I hope he considers me a friend. The one that he put together for me, and they're all useful for different stuff. Planning to keep the super light or like 1 cup easel at home, one in my backpack, and also just have Jared's because it is a lot lighter out and about. I still need to figure out a palette configuration for that, but stay tuned. That is another video, palette setup, so we can go forever on about it, right? But the setup that currently works for me the best is still the one with the 3x5 and the art toolkit and the water brush, and that is just, at the end of the day, no matter how fun it is to play around with supplies, it is the most convenient supplies that will get me sketching. So I think because I keep sketching small, my skill will still forever be limited to this until I start sketching bigger pieces. I'm not gonna get away from this sort of confinement of this 3 by 5, or I guess 6 by 5 window. And it's not necessarily a problem per se, but it's just an observation that I think is good to be aware of. That at the moment, this limitation exists because I kind of like put it on myself. And yeah, it's not a bad thing. But anyways, it's good to go out here and good to paint again. And the weather is finally starting to cool down. It is still really hot. I think it's like 30 degrees now. It's 31. I am sweating so much. And I so look forward to going back and just making dinner for myself and debating between pesto pasta or just having like a really spicy Indonesian dish, or I'm just have both. I don't know, but yeah, just wanted to drop in this little quick painting, have a good time, say hi to you guys, and it's fun to be back in the groove. I hope that you're also able to squeeze in some creative time in your day, especially if the weather is getting more and more bearable to paint outside where you're at. And one of the reasons why I actually went out today was like I figured out a good way to get a nice top-down shot while sketching, while keeping everything in my backpack. So no more tripods, no more big cameras. I just got this. This is a DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which you're on. I actually really debated on whether or not getting the Osmo Pocket 3. And then my friend was like, well, if it makes you want to shoot videos, better, because I've seen your setup. It's like an additional tripod on top of your easel. So you're bringing out 2 tripods, and that is not it. And I completely agree. So here we are. Thank goodness for savings, I guess. Although art supplies are also expensive, but that's another topic too. But it's all in good fun, I guess. As long as we know, as long as we're all aware of what we're doing. And I'm entering rambling territory, so I will leave you here with this beautiful view and possibly a time lapse, or the remaining time lapse of my painting. But it's so great to catch you guys, and I'll see you guys real soon. Bye. Gonna close up with this one.